Hello, my name is Mike from MikesCarpentryPlus, and today, welcome to my kitchen again. And today I'm going to show you how to cook a steak over a gas grill. And an added little thing here is one of my favorite dishes is steak and French fries. And this is a kind of a low-calorie way to make French fries, and they're still really good, and they're easy to do. And I guess my brother Ron wanted me to do this video, so here it is. You're welcome, Ron. And I guess we'll get started with doing the French fries. So what we have here is a peeled, large peeled potato, and I just have my my large knife and cutting board. Just cut it down the middle and then cut it in about 1/2 inch slices, 3/8 of an inch, however thick you like them. Get them on the side like that, and just cut them into French fries as thick as you like them. Now remember, the thicker that you go, the lower temperature you're going to need to cook them at. These French fries right here are about 1/4 inch thick, about 1/2 inch wide, and they work good at 400 degrees for about 20-25 minutes on a cookie sheet. I already have some in the oven cooking, and so this video can be a little a little shorter, but all I did was I took a little bit of olive oil and just poured a little bit on my cookie sheet. Work it around with your fingers, get it all coated. Put all your French fries on it, and you want to make sure they're not touching each other. And sometimes that's all it is. I've got 2 potatoes in there on my cookie sheet, but that's what they look like. It's real simple to do. I like to use olive oil. It's just seems to be a good oil to use. But anyway, we've got those taken care of. So the ones in the oven have been in about 14 minutes, and we're going to go ahead and do the steak now. Now what I do, how I buy my steaks is when they're on sale, like around $5. This is a ribeye, about $5 a pound if you buy the whole thing. Sounds a little expensive, but if you get divide your steaks into what you paid for your the whole thing, and you're looking at about $4 or $5 a piece for like a 16-ounce 1-inch thick steak. And I wrap them with plastic wrap, and then put them in a sealing bag and vacuum seal it, put it in the freezer. So I've got these things lined up and ready to go. This particular steak's been in there over 6 months, so it's time to eat it. And just put it on a plate. Wash my hands here. Something my mom always, well, pretty much always did, kind of something that I remember she did a lot with hamburgers, and it works good with steak too. Is you just take a little bit of salt, sprinkle it on top, a little bit of onion powder, and put that on top, sprinkle it on, and the steak's ready to go. So let me go set this outside next to my grill, and I'll grab the camera, and we can go outside for a few minutes, and I'll show you how to cook this on a gas grill. Okay, I've already turned this thing on about 10 minutes ago, so it'll preheat, get that grate good and hot, and you want to make sure you do that. So as you can see, it's pretty hot in there. I've got a good spot back here in the middle that the flames come up and hit the grate, and that's important too. Scrape it off with a metal brush. Take a paper towel, fold it up, clean off your grate. Put your steak right in the middle of the heat there. You can see that pretty good. Kind of move it around. I like to move it around, kind of get it to where it doesn't stick. Some people just leave it until you can move it. But let me go grab my timer. It should take about 5 minutes aside, 4 minutes aside. It's already been on about almost a minute now. Set my timer for 3 minutes, and as you can see, the flames are coming up through the grate and touching the steak, and that's what you want. If you don't have flames coming up to your grate, then you're not going to get the best results. A little bit of a char on meat always adds flavor, so that's why I have a gas grill. If you're using a charcoal grill, probably want to get your grate a little closer to your coals so that they'll flame up when the fat melts and some grease drops on it, just like what this is doing. And every little bit, just go ahead and move it around a little bit. The steak, not the camera. Kind of lift it up, move it around. You notice how it's flaming up like that. That's what you want. I know this is kind of something that's simple, but there is a technique to it. You have to have, like I said earlier, you have to have the flames touching it or you're not going to get the char. You have to have your grate hot before you put your steak on. And if you haven't ever tried putting salt and onion powder on top of your steak or hamburger, try it sometime. It seems to make it taste a little better. And right now we've got a little less than 2 minutes to go. And a little bit about how long it's going to be on there. This is about a 1-inch thick steak, and it's a ribeye. It's going to take between 4 and 5 minutes on each side to have medium rare, maybe closer to 4 minutes. And you want, if your steak is thinner, of course, you need to babysit it. I mean, when you put it on, you need to watch it. It's best to flip it over early and put a knife in it, cut it open, and after you flip it over, and it's gone for a minute or two, and check it, make sure it's how you like it. Obviously, the more rare that you want, it's not going to take as long. So you have a 1/2 inch thick piece of meat. It's going to take probably a couple minutes on each side. If it's 1 inch thick like this one is, it's going to take around 4 minutes a side. If you got a like a 1 inch thick hamburger, it's a normal size hamburger, and you want it to be not completely cooked, well, you know what I'm saying. You want it, still want it juicy. You don't want it to be rare on the inside. But my mom always went for 5 minutes a side, and that seems to work pretty good. You just do it to your taste. If you like them a little less done, then take them off earlier. Some people like them well done, and that's a shame because it takes a lot of flavor out of it. But I'm gonna check this thing. There's a timer. It's been 4 minutes, and I'm gonna flip it over. As you can see, it looks pretty good. It's got some char on it, and it's probably, I'm saying, going to take maybe another 2 minutes. And you just need to really, it's really important to have flames coming up hitting the meat. If you are going to go buy a grill, make sure that the flames actually come up. A lot of them have a stainless steel plate or some kind of plate that's in between the grill, the top grate, and your burner. And you don't want one of those. All you're doing is baking your meat. You're not flame broiling it. That's why certain hamburgers are usually better than others, because they're flame broiled. That's where that came from. Well, obviously, been around a long time. People used to cook over campfire all the time. So that's probably where it started. But anyway, after it's been let's say a minute and a half or so, I'm going to go ahead and, which it has been, I'm going to check it and see what it looks like. It's still a little rare on the inside, which I suspected, but it's better to undercook one than overcook one. So about another minute it should be done, and I'm gonna have homemade French fries and a ribeye steak for lunch today, even though it's probably 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, something like that. But anyway, this is my breakfast, and I hope you appreciate this, Ron. This is awesome, isn't it? See how the juices are up on top of it? Take a look at it again, and about another I'm going to zoom in on this, about another 30 seconds and it'll be done. But I want you to see if I can get it there. Yeah, that's good. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? I believe she's done. See all the juices on top there? Here, let's see if you can see the inside there. You see that? That right there is medium rare. Don't forget to shut your tank off. I'll be back in a second to grab you. let's go inside and see what the French fries look like. Set this baby back up. Get this off of zoom, and we'll see what the French fries look like. It's been they've been in the oven, let's say around 22 minutes, 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and they might need a few more minutes, but I'll show you what they look like. They're just almost there. See that? See how nice those look? About another 2 minutes. See how that looks right there on the bottom and on top? And I didn't turn them or anything. Man, those are good. And let me take a piece out of this steak and show it to you. Oh, while I'm talking about it, this is a ribeye, and you notice how you've got this meat around here, around the fat running through here, and this smaller piece on the outside here, that's real tender. That's the best part of it. And then the center of your steak is still really good, but it's not near as good as this part right here. So I'll cut a piece out of this good part here and show it to you. That's perfect. So yeah, it's perfect medium rare. That is a really good steak. And it's been in the freezer for, I don't know, 8 months. Man, that's good. Well, my French fries are now done. Look good. Put these on a plate. Salt and pepper them. Put a little ketchup, maybe a little horseradish next to them, and a little bit of salt on the ketchup, and they are excellent. I prefer these over you go out and buy French fries. I like these the best. Anyway, that's it. I'm going to finish my my late lunch, whatever you want to call it. And I'm Mike from MikesCarpentryPlus, and if you have a cat or dog, please get them spayed in or neutered. And if you want to get one, go to your local animal shelter and rescue one. They'd appreciate it. Please love them and care for them, and don't cage them up all the time if you do that. And let them out often and feed them once a day. Have water available for them all the time. They have needs just like we do. And anyway, love your animals. You have a great day. From Mike's Kitchen, you have a good one, and I'll see you next time. Bye.